All right, call to order. Invocation and pledge of allegiance by Councilmember Hennigan. Please rise.
Father, we ask that your hand be over these deliberations today and that you continue to bless the city of Orange. And Lord, we pray tonight for the citizens of Florida that are faced with Ian right now. Yes, Lord. That you just protect them, Father. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 3, motion finding that the advanced posting and notice requirements of Article 8.1200 of the Code of Ordinance of the City of Orange, Texas, have been met in relation to all minutes and pending ordinances and resolutions on this agenda, and that the reading of such items be confined to the captions as are agreed upon by the ordinances and the resolutions. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Brad, second by Mary McKenna. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 4, citizen comments. At this time, comments will be taken from the audience on any subject matter, whether or not the items is on the agenda. All comments are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes for each speaker. Your comments are appreciated, as the Texas Open Meetings Act not allow the council to respond to items not listed on the agenda. Your comments will be duly noted by the council and forwarded to the appropriate department for prompt consideration. A member of the audience that desires to speak during the City Council's consideration of any specific agenda item is requested to notify city staff prior to the start of the meeting. If you are here for the grants, you will have your time in a few minutes to speak. So I have Mr. Don Izzo? If you'll state your name and your address, please. And you have 3 minutes.
Do I need to come there?
Yes, sir, you do.
My name is Don Enfield. My address is 96 West Cypress Avenue, Orange, Texas. My question is, I would like to know if each individual water tower is tested, or if the result of the testing is accumulation of all the water towers that in Orange County. Because I live in my water, I believe, came from one of the first towers that was built in Orange, and the water that comes out of comes through my water system. It's brown. And so thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Izzo. Would there be anyone else that would like to speak? Sir, you can come to the podium and state your name. You have 3 minutes, sir.
My name is Michael Spencer, live at 609 West Park Avenue in Orange. My issue is also about the water. I've been living there probably for about 6 years now. And my water sometimes is also brown. It has a horrible smell. And I've called home to get it flushed many of times, and hardly ever anybody shows up, just to be honest. I would like to request for an automatic flush valve. I didn't know anything about that until recently. I think that would help with the smell everything, because at the moment, I can't even take showers in my house. I have to go to my parents' house, because it's so bad, you know. I turn the shower on and it smells of the whole house. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, I understand the nature of it because, it's empty houses right next to it, so the water is not being used, so it's stagnant. You know, right? So you have to flush it. So if I could get that done, I would deeply appreciate it. Right, that's all I have.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak?
Hey, thank you. I'll promise to make it quick. Rebecca Greer, and I did talk to you.
What was your
last-
address?
Say again?
Your address?
Oh, 4888 White Oak Road, sorry. White Oak Road, yes. Of Valley Pain. So when I came last time, I had two concerns, and it was the street needed to be in repair, and thank you, because I did have you guys look into that, and, you know, they did look at the bid again. I know it went up 20% since when it was looked at in the spring, because of good old inflation. And so I just appreciate you keep us, you know, considered for that, because I did get a call back from Mike Mercantile and from our city manager concerning that. So I just don't want that to fall on deaf ears. I know we're a dead-end road and maybe only 20 to 30, but you know, just considering our very high taxes and how, you know, little services we get, just please keep us in that. When you go to look at it, if that's possible, I'm hoping we're gonna get more revenue with all the new things coming in and the new houses. And then secondly, I brought up the 1994 study on drainage. I am not a drainage expert, don't profess to be, but I just don't want to ignore that there had been those experts that had put that out in that study. I know that we've had I've been born and raised here in Orange, came back with that education, and I'm still here spending money here. I help rehab many of your loved ones, and so I take this town very seriously. I love this town. And I don't want to leave and feel like I'm being overtaxed and not get what we need, but drainage is super important. Please maybe take a look at that, and maybe I can find out how to get the agenda, the minutes from that. That was way back when, to find out what happened. Why did that study? Because they really wanted to dredge and do some different things that aren't seemingly being done. So I'd just love to have access to that. I'll keep, you know, trying. If anyone can help me with that, I'll gladly keep emailing whoever I need to do that, just to find out how to get that information, because the storms are getting worse and it's heartbreaking. And I did come close. I had a lot of damage on my property. I didn't have the water come in, but I was working really hard to keep it from coming in. And it's devastating for any of you who did have flooding, and my neighbors did, and they flooded again in Laura. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I know y'all have a hard job to do. And thank you for calling me back today. I appreciate it. And I know I seemed upset. I'm sorry. I just get passionate. And, you know, just really don't want to see that again. I ripped out a lot of people's things and helped them with their stuff after the flood. And took care of some of my loved ones when there's flooded in my home. So I just want Orange to grow, prosper, and infrastructure is super important. I know we don't always see it. It's kind of hidden. And it's hard to want to pay for it, because you kind of don't see it, but, you know, it can bite us all in the, especially if we're gonna grow, when we're having things coming in. I'm excited. Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much.
There be anyone else would like to speak? Okay, if not, I'll close citizen comments. Move on to city announcements. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to, my name is Leanne Dallas. I'm the event manager for the CDB. I just wanted to let everyone know that we have our second annual Orangetober Festival coming up October 7th and 9th. If you've driven down Simmons and you've seen three ladies out there with their hands on their heads like, oh my gosh, what have I done? That's us. We're getting ready for setup, and we're super, super excited. We've got a lot of volunteer opportunities. I know I'm speaking to a crowd that already knows because a lot of these ladies and gentlemen that are sitting in here volunteering with us and hosting events at our event. We're very grateful for that. But it is a free festival, 10,000 pumpkins, free concerts, free kids activities. Many local nonprofits will be hosting fundraisers there, quite a few food trucks, and we just really encourage everyone to come out. Again, the festival begins Friday, October 7th, and it kicks off with Hocus Pocus. The second one is coming out, so we're excited to show the first one right when the second one comes out. All day, October 8th, starting at 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. And then we will have the free pumpkin pickup in the festival beginning at 11 a.m. and the pumpkin pickup will begin at 3 p.m. If you have any questions, again, my name is Leanne Dallas. Please call me, contact me. My name and number are on our website, and you're welcome to go check out Explore Orange on Facebook. It's all in there as well.
So what you said in the beginning is that you need more volunteers.
Oh yes, I will not turn down any.
Okay, good. So we need to let people know that we need more
Yes.
volunteers.
For setup in the festival, but like I said, again, I'm kind of speaking to a crowd that knows many of these ladies and gentlemen have signed up and will be hosting things. And
So we all need to spread the word.
Yes.
And need volunteers.
All right, thank
Okay.
you so much.
Mhm.
What was the date again on that?
October 7th through the 9th.
Leanne, your setup has begun, right? Your setup has begun and you need, if volunteers want to come, when do you want them?
So 10,000 pumpkins and 200 hay bales will be delivered tomorrow morning.
Okay.
We are starting volunteers because we do want to get situated a little bit before.
Mhm.
We are accepting volunteers Friday
Okay,
from 9 to 11.
okay.
And then 1 to 3, and we will mirror those hours on Monday and Tuesday as well.
Do you have a designated place you want volunteers to report to?
Yes.
The pavilion
The
will
pavilion.
be out there. There is a sign-up sheet you can go to Explore Orange
Okay.
or on orangetexas.gov
Okay.
and check out the event. It'll have the link there. You can sign up, or you can just give us a call. Again, if you just show up, we will not be turning you
Okay.
away.
I do have another question.
Yes.
I have been contacted by Orange County Probation Office. Is it available for people to get community service hours? If they come and do that and volunteer, would somebody be able to sign off on them?
Yeah, I would be happy to.
Okay,
I mean, I
I'll
think
talk
that's
to
a
you
great
more about
opportunity,
that.
and it's definitely service.
Okay, I'll talk to you,
Yeah, I'm happy to sign off on that. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Ms. Dallas. Okay, number 6, proclamation. This is Fire Prevention Week 2022. So, sir, proclamation of Office of the Mayor, City of Orange. Whereas the City of Orange is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in and visiting our city, and whereas fire is a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and homes are the locations where people are at greater risk from fire, and whereas home fires killed 2,580 civilian deaths in the United States in 2020. According to the National Fire Protection Association, and fire departments in the United States responded to 356,500 home fires, and whereas smoke alarms sense smoke well before you can, alerting you to danger in the event of fire in which you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape safety, and whereas working smoke alarms cut the risk of dying in reported home fires in half, and whereas Orange residents should be sure everyone in the home understands the sounds of the alarm and knows how to respond, and whereas Orange residents who have planned and practiced a home fire escape plan are more prepared and will therefore be more likely to survive a fire, and whereas Orange residents will make sure their smoke and CO alarms meet the needs of all their family members, including those with sensory or physical disabilities, and whereas Orange first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of home fires and home fire injuries through prevention and protection, education, and whereas Orange residents that are responses to public education measures are better able to take personal steps to increase their safety from fire, especially in their homes, and whereas the 2022 Fire Prevention Week theme, Fire Won't Wait, Plan Your Escape, effectively serves to remind Orange it is important to have a home fire escape plan. Therefore, I, Larry, but I'm not, do I say his name or mine?
Say his name.
All right, Larry Spears Jr., Mayor of the City of Orange, Texas, do hereby proclaim October the 9th through the 15th, 2022 as Fire Prevention Week throughout this city. And I urge all the people of the City of Orange to plan and practice a home fire escape for Fire Prevention Week 2022 and to support the many public safety activities and efforts of the Orange Fire Department. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and have caused the seal of the city of Orange, Texas to be hereto affixed the 27th day of September, the year of 2022. Mr. Bilbo?
All right.
Chief and Mr. Burke, why don't you come up here, we'll get a nice picture with the seal.
Sir.
Straighten that chair up, please.
Put your driver's license on, look more perfect.
Look, y'all just have Brian over there. There you go. Miss McKenna, can you come that chair, please? Hillary's gonna want me to get a good picture. Okay, thank you so much.
Sure.
Just real quick, okay, so we all know that,
Quick.
the second week of October is Fire Prevention Week. The month of October is Fire Prevention Month. That is when the Orange Fire Department really does, I mean, we get out in the community, we'll be at every school, public, private. They'll be coming to us, we have our open house on the 10th, that'll be from about 5 to 8, Monday evening. We'll have hot dogs, activities for the kids, all kinds of stuff. Just keep your eyes and ears open. We have a lot happening this month.
Okay.
Great.
All right, thank you, Chief Bilbo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 7, consent agenda. August the 23rd, 2022, Orange Economic Development Corporation meeting minutes. Do I read all of these?
Read them both.
Okay. B, September 13th, 2022, regular city council meeting minutes. Motion?
Second.
Okay, got a motion from Mrs. Hennigan and a second from Mrs. McKenna. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay. Motion passed, okay. A, public hearing. Conduct a public hearing on the allocation of hotel motel occupancy tax funding for fiscal year 2023.
We're gonna have some opening comments, and then we'll allow all the representatives to speak that wish.
Wish to speak.
So Ellie got-
Okay, open. Ms. Zito?
No, Ms. Downs.
She's gonna go first.
So I'm gonna kick off our public hearing with just some brief, very brief
Yes, ma'am.
comments on what hotel occupancy tax comes from and what we use it for. So he didn't give me a clicker, he said we lost it. So hotel occupancy tax comes from all the taxes that the hotels collect from everybody that spends time in our hotels in our city. And this particular code says what we can use it for. It's very specific. We can only use the revenue from hotel occupancy tax to promote tourism and the convention and hotel industry. So have very specific limitations on this. So for arts, we have a maximum of our expenditures of 15%. So we have to take all our expenditures and see what 15% is. That's the max we can spend on arts. And Electric Theater this year is the only one in the arts category that has requested. And right now their percentage is at 6.52, so we're within our limits. Historical restoration and preservation, we have a maximum expenditure of 50%. So we take all our expenditures, we can't spend more than 50% for that. This year, we only have the Heritage House that has asked for a grant for that, and they're at 1.96, so we're far from our maximum, so we're good there. For advertising and promotion, so cities that adopt a rate over 3% must spend at least 1% of this rate on advertising and promotion. Our rate is 7%, so we must spend at least 14.29% of our expenditures on advertising and promotion. So we have lots of, as you see, lots of organizations that have requested money for this. We're gonna go over those individually shortly, so that you can see in total, they meet our minimum. They're over 14%. This is just a recap to show that we're in line with all of our limitations. And our next slide is reserves. Right? And we started out this year, we will start out 2023 with about 2.5 million. We expect to get about 720, that's a projection from our hotels, a little bit of other revenue, and then our proposed request from the entities that's requested money plus our CDP. So we expect we should have about 11,000 more revenue than expenditures for this fiscal year. That's our projections. And we have a reserve, and so we expect to be, is about ending 1.8 million in reserve. So, and that could be used for future events for CVB, for future requests,
Yes.
or projects. As you know, we have the project reserved on the books for the old city hall. That was,
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
okay, and now Leanne will go over all the specifics and
Yes, ma'am.
go through the public hearing.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening again. I just wanted to go over real quick how the process was when we received the request to how we came up with the numbers. The list on the screen is all of the organizations. It looks like there's 16, including the CVB, 15 other organizations that have requested funding from the hotel occupancy tax. We sent out letters. We had a 2-month period for people to apply. It ended, I believe, July 15th, July 16th. We took all of those letters and requests into consideration. We looked at our projected budget, projected revenue. It was about 777, I believe, and I can look at the end to that. Around 777,000. We sat down with the CDB staff, Mike, Jay, Cheryl, and we sat down with our advisory board and took their advisement on the requests that were sent in, what they were requesting to use the funds for, and within the amount of money that we projected to have. That is how we came up with these numbers. Obviously, at this time, if you all would like to change that, you're well within your right to do so. This is just our advisement from our advisory board. We would now like to turn it over to you to ask questions, to do a public hearing.
Okay, Ms. Dallas, you said. In just a minute, so all of you who represent one of these organizations that are on our list, I'll call your organization up, let you come down, if you want, you got.
This is only if you want to speak for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't have to speak.
You don't have to. But I would like to say also to some of the council members, I know some of y'all are involved in these organizations, so unless I'm saying this incorrectly, and Guy will correct me, but as long as you do not get a financial gain from that organization, you are not, you don't need to recuse yourself. Because if you just serve on board, you don't get paid for it, you're going to get.
So I can vote. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You
That's
can-
good. So we can do that now. Show the money. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, do I need to read the public hearing?
Have we done that already?
Oh, yes, we already done
We
that.
did that. So,
Discuss some action.
Right, so I'm gonna call them up.
Okay.
So, the first one that's on the list, and again, this is just voluntary, but it's the Electric Theater.
Yes. Okay.
Hold up, Ms. Lene. If you would introduce yourself in the group. You can go out.
Hi, I'm Lene Sanford. I'm the executive director at the Lutcher Theater. And thank you so much again for all of your support that you have given to us. You helped us to reopen the theater last year after the pandemic. And patrons proved they were ready to return with great enthusiasm. And 4 of our 10 shows were completely sold out, and 5 others sold at about 80% capacity. So it was great. It was fun. We are preparing for our 43rd season of presenting the Professional Performing Arts Series in downtown Orange, and we attract about 30,000 adults and students each year from Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana and beyond. Our goal is to continue to draw patrons to downtown Orange to experience the absolute best in the performing arts. And so for 22-23, we're planning RESPECT, which is the Aretha Franklin story. It's a concert event. Blue Man Group will be coming, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer the musical, $1 Million Quartet Christmas, My Fair Lady, the Simon and Garfunkel story, Voctive, which is an a cappella group, singing group, Anastasia, and Jimmy Fortune with special guests the Malthus Brothers and Tootsie. So 8 of those are national tours of Broadway type shows, and then there's 2 incredible musical events as well. Each year we spend about $100,000 in marketing, trying to, reach others to come to downtown Orange. We feel like that results in a significant kind of regional impact for the city of Orange. And a portion of that advertising is dedicated to reaching patrons from outside our immediate area to get them to hopefully to come to town, see a show, and spend the night. And then of course our performers come and perform shows and spend the night. So each year about an average of 300 or so performers stay in our hotel rooms. And we're hoping that goes up. We're hoping to get even more by taking some shows and things. Last year we did an economic impact study. It was done by Impact Data Source of Austin, and they found, they studied our last year that was significant, 2019 before the pandemic, and they found that the Lutcher pumped $5.6 million into the Orange economy. So now, the Stark Foundation owns and maintains our facility, but they do not fund our programming. And so that is why we're so appreciative. We're a separate nonprofit that funds our programming through ticket sales and through donations and grants like this. And so in conclusion, we count on and so appreciate the support we get from the city and in our designated arts funding category. And we're looking forward to bringing more incredible events and world-class experiences to you guys this year.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sanford. Okay. Number 2 is Heritage House.
Hello, my name is Adam Conrad. I am the president of Heritage House of Orange County. First off, we'd just like to thank you guys for last year for your generosity of $25,000 for the Heritage House. At the Heritage House, we offer a vast collection of Orange County history, including documents and collections from community members, the Historical Society, Historic Commission, and we house the Dr. Williams collection. After hurricanes and then COVID delays, we are almost through with all of our renovations. We hope to have the Heritage House open for tours after the first of the year. The wallpaper is going up as we speak. Each year, we host educational programs, meetings for the Historic Commission and Historical Society. Plan to have more programs this coming year. We are also open on a daily basis for anyone needing to do personal or professional research. Our 6th annual Ghost Walk is coming up fast on October 15th. We have grown exponentially since we began. This year we have all 5 Orange County schools participating, which means we'll have over 100 students to help bring Orange history to life. Thanks to your contributions, we are able to help provide restoration and storage of historic items and documents, historic educational activities for the community, and you help allow us to grow and promote the history of Orange. We appreciate your time and work, and we appreciate the continued support.
Thank you, Mr. Cutler. Number 3, the Chamber Mardi Gras Parade.
Thank you, council, so much.
it looks like my fishing tournament is right underneath it, so I can kind of talk about all of it. This will be our 20th year to do the Mardi Gras Parade, and we have partnered with the city in the past couple of years where they have brought a festival down there and music. So we're hoping to turn this into Mardi Gras weekend, so we're even building this bigger and better than we've had it over the last 20 years. You ready for me to go on to my next? So we at the time that we did this, we could not announce it. We had indeed been awarded the Bassmaster Elite Series tournament again. Bassmaster is coming to one place in Texas this year, and it's right here in Orange, Texas. So that says a lot for the community and for all the leaders that have made it possible for us to do this. So we had about 40,107 to be exact that came out to 21. So we now again hold the record for the most attendance at a Bassmaster tournament, and this brings a lot of light to our area. We have done an economic impact study. We do take quite a bit of money to put this tournament on, so the River Festival and the tournament, so we do pay for an economic impact study, and it was done by Economic Data Services out of Austin. And the 2021 tournament, for the week that they were here, brought in $3,207,607 was the economic impact that this Bassmaster Elite Tournament in Orange County River Festival had on Orange.
Can you repeat that one?
$3,217,607. I actually did bring a copy of it. I did bring a copy of this in with the application, but I didn't given,
Mike, is this the point that I can make a recommendation that we, is this the time that I can do it? Thank you.
Well, we let them all talk, and then we,
Thank you.
I just like how you
Just,
just.
thank you.
okay. But I did want to thank you for everything. Y'all support the chamber in so many ways, and we hope that we support y'all as well. I feel like we partner in so many ways, and we really appreciate council, city
Yes.
manager.
And say again though, what's the difference in the National Fishing Tournament and the Bassmaster Festival?
Well, at the time that the applications were due, we had sent in an RFP to the Bassmaster Elite, and they only have so many tournaments a year. We had not been actually awarded the tournament. But since that once they made their announcement for where they were coming this year, it is the Bass. We can name that National Fishing Tournament now, and it is the Bassmaster Elite.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Any more questions, Mike?
No, sir.
Okay.
That's a big
Thank you.
change.
Thank you. Okay, so number 6, SeaTac Off-Ramp Magazine.
Hi, I'm Sue Bard, and I'm the Executive Director of the Southeast Texas Arts Council. And I sent many of you an email this week, kind of explaining the history, funding our organization and what we do. I only wanted to introduce myself and not take up a whole lot of your time. We faced a lot of increases in the cost of printing just this year alone and last year. So I was hoping maybe we could return to a little higher level than what we had been expecting, or what we had been expecting in so many cuts we were surprised by. We hope that you'll reconsider and maybe increase the amount a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Orange Lions Club Carnival. Any representatives? Okay. Adventures 2000 Plus.
Hello, my name's Eli Tate. I have the Swampin' River Tours in Orange. You may have remembered if you heard me last year, we did not use the money that was allotted to us 2 years ago and 3 years ago because of COVID. Most people were shutting up inside of homes, and so, we didn't use the money because I figured it'd be wasted, but this year we're back. This year we had an additional 1,000 people. We recorded 5,320 people that came. A big percentage of those stayed in local hotels. We also had some of them that stayed second and third nights because we always recommend the Shangri-La Gardens and other attractions that we have. So this year, most of the infrastructure is in place in town for what the Mesa Group dictated about 20 years ago in their development of the tourism avenue of Simmons Drive for Orange. They removed the gas stations, the record yards. And this year I was hoping to actually get more, because this year I'll be able to, the road will be finished, Simmons Interchange will be finished, and I had planned on implementing the second phase of our business, but I don't know why our allotment was dropped. We did better than we ever did, and I don't know how, I don't have a firm that comes in and registers the the financial impact, but I think they have a formula for the amount of people. Figure 5,240 people, and few, when you go to a bass tournament, it adds so much good impact to the area, but a lot of the people you see there are local people that are attending. In our business, we have few local people. Most of our people come from Houston, San Antonio, way outside the 50-mile range. So I was in hopes that y'all would consider that we actually did better than ever. And 5,240 people, that's a sizable amount of people brought to town. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Gulf Coast Cajuns? The Almonds. Dragon Lady Airboat Services?
Good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. I just want to keep mine brief, tell you thank you very much for the grant last year. Every penny of it was used, and it was greatly appreciated. It made a huge difference. As you know, people have kind of tightened up their pocketbooks a little bit, and tourism is kind of tough. So hoping that we can move forward this year with additional grant money and boost that advertising to get people in our town. They're definitely enjoying a lot of the attractions that we have, and I think there's some pretty great attractions. And so I look forward to continuing to grow this year.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. Crew Deanna's routine celebration.
Good evening.
Good evening.
On behalf of the Crew Deanna's, and Fred put me up here with a short notice. But anyway, there's cannot go without being able to say thank you for the support that we received to have the Crew Deanna's put together the first annual Juneteenth Festival. It was something that started sitting on the back of a tailgate while we were just sitting around talking. Next thing you know, we passed it around. Next thing you know, it got momentum. Next thing you know, we came and asked for some money. Next thing you know, we were dead in the middle of it. And it was no quit. It was a great event. We had good entertainment, good food, good people coming around, and not one incident that anybody had to address. But there's a couple of people I want to thank right there to my right. Some of the members of the chamber that came and helped us organize, helped us get some work done. You know, there's nothing that we can say more than thank you. But we appreciate you. We appreciate the city. And I think everyone enjoyed the Zydeco bands. We had local talent. And some of the people did come and they stayed over the weekend. So we thank you for what you gave us last year. We thank you for what you are helping us support to continue on with our dream.
And I can attest it was a fine celebration. And even that Sunday was, the Sunday service was awesome.
It was great.
Yes, it was. So
Thank you very much. From deep in my heart, we appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Marquee players.
You got
Orange Lions Club, a district event. Okay. The VFW, not eligible. So, Three Brothers 5K.
Good evening, my name is Jeremy Firmo with the Three Bros Running Company. We actually had our first run over here, it was the Shannon's Run 5K, 10K, and it brought in 336 people from around Texas. 30 people were from Orange, the rest were from outside, including Houston and other cities. So what we're doing here is our first run, and we had more racers than any other 5K in the area. So we're proud to do that, and we're looking forward to bringing back our next race, which is the Big Pumpkin Run that's happening during Orange October, and we're trying to bring more and more people here. And one of the reasons that we're here today is because our first run for the police and barricades, it costs so much for us. It averages about $23 a runner. So we told them that we could not come back to Orange in order to bring back a race if we do not have any help from the grant. So this is why we're here, to help with the grant so we could bring more races to the city. We're not only here to promote ourselves, we go out to the community. We met with Eli, we met with different restaurants, different businesses to make video content for them so that people can learn about Orange, learn about Shangri-La. So we're not only promoting ourselves, but we're promoting the city of Orange together. So hopefully people can see that, and that we love Orange now because we've come to know everybody here. So we actually joke that we could almost run for mayor because we met so many people, but that's for y'all. So thank you for your time, and hopefully y'all consider helping us out.
Absolutely, thank you. Okay, CBB budget?
We've already discussed that previously.
Okay. So
Anybody from the public would want to discuss
does anybody from the public would like to discuss any of what we've allocated?
You know, well, I like to discuss something.
well, we're just discussing grants.
Yeah, I understand that the grants, yeah, I'm worried about getting all of these right now.
We closed the public hearing.
Yeah, we closed the public hearing earlier. I guess you came in just a little bit late.
Yes, my arms broke for 90 days, over 90 days. I'm trying to figure out who's responsible.
Okay, thank you.
So, Mayor,
Yes, sir.
Paul Hurts, the
Yes,
only
sir.
thing that I would like to mention is now that we've closed the public hearing and it pivots back to you as the council, once you've made that decision in terms of the awarding of grants, what we'd like to do, as we have in the past, is those organizations that would like to, is step outside the council chamber,
Yes.
and Leanne Dallas will take a pick of all of the organizations that were represented.
Okay.
I'll turn it back over to you, and this is strictly a discussion and action among you as a council.
Yes,
Thank
so
you.
they can step out.
They can if they like.
You can if you like.
Just for publicity.
I do have a YouTube channel, The Juice is Loose, on
Sir,
YouTube.
you're out of order.
I know. The Juice is Loose. Check it out on YouTube. My arm is broke. God bless. Yeah, I'm not just trying to call it disturbing. I'm in pain. It's been broke since the 24th.
Okay, just making sure. I think they thought it was.
Okay, so,
My name's Edwin Gonzalez. I am a business owner, Rockwall Recovery. LLC.
so do we go individually, like?
The Juice is Loose.
Well, yeah, we closed the public hearing.
Okay, so I need to close the public hearing. Okay.
And if we would then read, number 9.
Okay,
And if you would read the whole thing.
I will. Discussion action, consider a motion authorizing hotel motel occupancy tax funding for fiscal year 2023 as follows. Lecture Theater, $50,000. Heritage House, $15,000. Chamber Mardi Gras Parade, $5,000. The Chamber National Fishing Tournament, $25,000. The Chamber Bassmasters Festival, October, Orange County River Fest, I want to bump that up to $15,000.
If you just read it as is.
I'll read it as is.
Just read it as is.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. SeaTac Off-Ramp Magazine, $2,000. Orange Lions Club Carnival, $5,000. Adventure 2000 Plus, $1,000. Gulf Coast Cajuns, $3,000. Dragon Lady Airboat Services, $3,000. Crew Deonics Juneteenth Celebration, $35,000. Orange Community Players, $2,000. Orange Lions Club District Event, $1,000. VFW, 0. Three Brothers 5K, $2,000. The CBBG budget is $612,432.
So before May makes a motion, let's have some discussion.
Okay, before we make a motion, let's discuss the individual, or what you want to discuss. Whatever one you want to discuss.
If y'all will discuss it, I'll make it here so you can make notes.
Yeah.
Mr. Burge, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Since the advisory board was not aware of what the chamber came up with, not knowing we had the bass tournament coming,
Mhm.
I think that changes the dynamics of it. And I think they need the 15,000 be added back to the same place it was last year.
Okay.
Which is the National Fishing Tournament. Would that be correct, sir?
Yes.
So that would make, number 4, 40,000 instead of 25,000, and leave number 5 at 5,000. For the.
Well, the Bassmasters is the one that we need to up it, correct?
Well,
We need it for the term.
But in this, it's on this paper though. Number 4 is not the Bassmasters, it's the.
Well, they named it now, it is now the Bassmasters Elite, that's what she was
Okay,
explaining.
because it was just a fish tournament now.
But now it's a chance.
So it is item number 4. If you go scroll back one, you'll see it.
It is the same, I'm sorry, the National Fishing Tournament is now been renamed to the Bassmaster Elite Tournament. We were not allowed by Bass to discuss that at the time of the.
So number 4 and number 5 are now combined.
Yeah. Number 1 is for the Orange County River Festival, the 5,000 that I gave us.
I'd say
And
the same.
the Bassmaster Tournament is now the National Fishing Tournament.
Yeah, so, the chamber's gonna get for that weekend, as it is currently, $30,000 for that weekend,
Okay,
for 2 different ones.
2 different ones.
What now?
No.
What?
For that weekend, they're having a national fishing tournament, and they're also having a festival.
Right. It's fine for
So
the,
it's 2 things happening on one weekend.
So the National Fishing Tournament is now the Bassmasters, like it was the year before. So the $15,000 needs to go to item number 4, which is, on here states the National Fishing Tournament, but now it's the Bassmasters Fishing Tournament.
So it will bump up from 25 to 40.
Yes.
Mike?
Okay.
They've been,
okay.
And that's only because the advisory board did not know at
Yes.
the time.
but the other one will remain at 5.
Yes.
Okay, Mike?
I got it.
Got it?
So when you guys motioning, that's what I would like to motion.
Yes, yes.
Not motioning or seconding or whatever.
So do I continue down the list?
If somebody else has some more.
Does anybody have anything else?
yes.
Council?
CTAC. I would like to see if we can at least give her, 3,500. After reading the information based on drawing the people here, that's a big thing, that's what we're trying to do, have tourism. And so those pamphlets are at all of the hotels, telling them what to do, where to go. I'm in agreement with that. Thank you, thank you.
That's adding 1,500 more, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Bailey?
On, this item, Adventures 2000 plus, and the gentleman that got up and spoke about that, and sure we're only giving $1,000.
Yes, sir.
Why don't we double it?
Yes, sir.
He increased, how many people would you say?
5,000.
5,000? I think we should increase another 1,000. Okay,
I say 1,500.
Okay.
so we go 25?
Yes.
I support that.
I would like to talk about, Prudionics.
Yes.
Father was very generous, and if it wasn't for him, Fonseca,
Mhm.
providing some additional, income, it would have kind of caused an issue.
Mhm.
They did a fantastic job and they have proven what they're capable of doing.
Right.
And I think that we should at least, cause I think we discussed it with the mayor at one time, at least maybe 45. Is that 35?
Okay, so we need to up it to 45,000 instead of 35.
That's correct.
Yes.
It was very well done.
Thank you.
That was actually at the suggestion from the mayor.
Yes, we talked about that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Mike, you got these?
Yeah, did anybody else have any other discussion
Did
before
you get these?
before I recap?
Okay. Nope.
Okay. And so, in just a minute, if there's no further discussion from the council, we'll ask somebody to amend the motion. Well, you just read the caption. The motion then will be, consider a motion considering hotel occupancy tax funding for the fiscal year 2023 as follows. So the Letcher Theater, 50,000, Heritage House, 15, Chamber of the Mardi Gras Parade, 5,000, the Chamber National Fishing Tournament, aka the Bassmasters, 40,000, the Chamber Bassmaster Festival, 5,000, SeaTac, 3,500, Orange Lime Cup Carnival, 5,000, Adventures 2,000 plus, 2,500, Gulf Coast Cajun, 3,000, Dragon Lady Airboat Services, 3,000, Crude Onyx Juneteenth Celebration, 45,000, Orange Community Players, 2,000, Orange Lions Club District Event, 1,000, the VFW Orange Zero, Three Brothers 5K, 2,000, and the CVB budget, again, 612,432.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just make a motion, what he just said.
So, David has made a motion and Brad seconded. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No? Okay. So moving on to number 10.
Yeah, do we want to, y'all are welcome to stay, but if y'all need to go home.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna take a picture right outside if you would like to be in it.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you.
Mike, if I move on to number 10 ordinances. A, final reading, consider an ordinance amending the adopted budget for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2021 and ending on September the 30th, 2022 in accordance with the charter of the city of Orange, Texas. First reading September 13th, 2022.
So this is just the final reading of that ordinance that amended our current year, fiscal year 22 budget with the items that we discussed at the
Okay.
I make a
second.
Motion by Ms. Salter, second by Ms. Hennigan. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, number 7, consent agenda. No, excuse me. B, final reading, consider an ordinance by the City Council of the City of Orange, Texas, declining to approve the change in rates requested in Entergy Texas Incorporated, statements of internet filed with the City of September the 1st, 2022, and finding and determining that the meeting at which this ordinance was considered was open to the public and in accordance with the Texas law. First reading September 13th, 2022.
Yes, council, as you recall, last meeting, again, we got one of those ordinances, pushed to us from the law firm. They recommended that we deny the rate increase. This is the second reading of that. motion.
Motion.
Order.
Okay. Motion by Mrs. Hennigan, second by Mr. Bailey. Mrs. Hennigan?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
All right, Mr. Bailey? Aye. Swell. All right, number 11, resolutions. Consider a resolution of the City of Orange, Texas, authorizing the acceptance of utility improvements pursuant to Chapter 9 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Orange, Texas.
Yes, sir. The final plat for the Cypresswood Village Phase 2 subdivision was approved and filed over a year ago. Whenever we have a subdivision and the final plat's been approved, we wait a year just to see if there's any defects or deficiencies that arise in terms of water lines, sewer lines, drainage infrastructure, streets, the fire hydrants, any of those public facilities. And the Public Works Department, myself, and the Fire Department have gone out and inspected Cypresswood Village Phase 2, and we know there's no deficiencies or cracks or anything else in any of the public facilities. This resolution would authorize the city manager or his designee to enter into documents whereby those public infrastructure and public improvements out of Cypresswood Village Phase 2 becomes city property, and then it becomes our responsibility for the maintenance of those facilities. Now, the resolution also makes the city responsible for coordination with Entergy in case of any streetlight needs, to the developer. So.
A motion? Motion. Okay, motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Mrs. McKenna. Mrs. Hennigan?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey? Aye. And I as well. Okay, B, consider a resolution awarding a contractor to K2 Services LLC in an amount not to exceed $84,000 for bid number 2022-39 MLK Lift Station controls only for the City of Orange in connection with the American Rescue Plan Act funds.
Council, for the next 6 items, I'll probably be just about the same explanation. This is an attempt to actually standardize our communications with our wastewater treatment and other stations. So when you open them up, they're all made by the same people, designed the same way, easier maintenance. Plus the ones that we're replacing are anywhere from 30 to 45 years old.
Okay. Do I need to read all of these, Mike?
Yes,
Okay.
you will need to.
Just read them all?
And if I can, right before you do that, you've already, I believe you already read the first one, but I would like to say we did, go out for procurement through our, adopted procedures, and we did only receive one bid, these last 6 items.
Okay. Okay, so, B, consider a resolution awarding I already did that.
Yes.
So C, consider a resolution awarding contract.
We did get a vote on the first one.
I'll make a motion on,
Okay,
11.
do I need to do that on each one or read them all?
Yes.
Each one needs a motion?
Yes.
Okay, so we got a motion by
Second.
Mrs. Hennigan, a second by Mrs. McKenna.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
And I as well. Okay, C, consider a resolution awarding a contract to K2 Services LLC in an amount not to exceed $90,000 for bid number 2022-45 Sykes Lift Station controls only for City of Orange in connection with the American Rescue Plan Act funds.
No motion on that one.
Okay,
I'll second it.
Mr. Childs made a motion, Mrs. Salter second. Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mrs. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
And I as well. D, consider resolution awarding a contract to K2 Services LLC in an amount not to exceed $59,000 for bid 2022-46 Barkins Lift Station controls only for the City of Orange in connection with American Rescue Plan Act funds.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, motion by Mrs. Salter, second by Mr. Bailey. Mrs. Hennigan?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey? Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey? And I as well. Okay, E, consider a resolution awarding a contract to K2 Services LLC in an amount not to exceed $98,000 for bid number 2022-47 Burton and 11th Street Lift Station controls only for the City of Orange in connection with American Rescue Plan Act funds.
I'll order.
I'll second.
Mr. Bailey made the motion, Mrs. Salter second, Ms. Hennigan.
Aye.
Ms. McKenna.
Aye.
Ms. Salter.
Aye.
Mr. Childs.
Aye.
And Mr. Bailey. Motion passed. F, consider resolution awarding a contract to K2 Services LLC in an amount not to exceed $59,000 for bid number 2022-48 Jackson Lift Station controls only for the city of Orange in connection with the American Rescue Plan Act funds. Have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Childs, second by Mrs. Salter. Ms. Hennigan.
Aye.
Ms. McKenna.
Aye.
Ms. Salter.
Aye.
Mr. Childs.
Aye.
And Mr. Bailey. G, consider resolution awarding a contract to K2 Services LLC in amount not to exceed $59,000 for bid number 2022-49 Simmons Lift Station controls only for the city of Orange in connection with the American Rescue Plan Act. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Childs. Second, Mr. Bailey. Ms. Hennigan.
Aye.
Ms. McKenna.
Aye.
Ms. Salter. Mr. Childs.
Aye.
Mr. Bailey.
Aye.
And I as well. Number H, consider resolution authorizing the city manager to execute change order number 1 with Irrigate Barkin Incorporated for their alternate bid A, spot repair in connection with the American Rescue Plan Act funds.
This was to cover an additional repair on West Barton Street, when we got into the manhole and to do a spot repair with the clay pipe had been constantly collapsing. And so we ended up having to change out an entire manhole and 400 feet of pipe.
Oh, wow.
So that was a little manhole.
Okay. Have a motion?
Motion.
Okay.
All three of us.
Yes, motion by Mrs. Salter, second by Mr. Childs. Ms. Hennigan?
Aye. Sorry, aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter? Mr. Childs? Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
And I as well. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ingram. Number 12, discussion action. Consider a motion authorizing payment in the amount of $5,438.47 per month to be paid on or before the 15th of each month to Jim Sheridan Bearden as the municipal court judge for the period ending September the 30th, 2023. Ms. Ito?
Yes, so every year we give the judges, which we contract with to run our municipal court, whatever you allow, the cost of living for the employees, we give to the judges also. So this is his new rate.
Okay.
Okay.
I make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Salter, second by Mr. Bailey.
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Mrs. Salter? Mr. Childs? And Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
And I as well. Consider a motion authorizing payment in the amount of $3,187.38 per month to be paid on before the 15th of each month to Cimarron Campbell as the Deputy City Attorney Prosecutor for the period ending September the 30th, 2023.
Yeah, so this is the new amount for our city
Okay.
prosecutor.
Okay.
Make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Salter.
Second.
Second by Ms. Hennigan.
Aye.
Ms. McKenna.
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Childs.
Aye.
Mr. Bailey. And I as well. Okay, consider a motion authorizing payment in the amount of $453.18 per month to be paid on before the 15th of each month to Jerry Pennington as the alternate Assistant Municipal Court Judge for the period ending September the 30th, 2023. Ms. Zito?
Yeah, so this is the new amount for Mr. Pennington as the alternate judge.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Salter and second by Mrs. McKenna. Mrs. Hennigan?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Childs? And Mr. Bailey? And I as well. Okay, consider a motion appointing.
Can I make a motion before we read these to table this until our next meeting, these next 3 items? Just
Okay.
so that, I know there were some people that wanted to apply, but they didn't see an announcement.
Okay.
So I think it would be a good idea to let them go ahead and get their applications in, so we have a,
Okay.
We don't have a problem with that, but was it posted or not?
I don't know, I didn't see it.
Right, I didn't either.
If we could first, though, if we could read the agenda.
Read the agenda item? Okay. Consider a motion reappointing, I need the names, I don't have them.
Well, currently, if we go back, would you just read it and then we'll?
Oh, okay, I got you, okay. Reappointing to the Historic Preservation Commission for a term ending September 23rd, 2024. That's D. Do I read it?
Well, then we could just, read them all at once? No, which one at a time?
They're all three the same, if the intention is to.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Table, I mean, I'm not saying intention, but the motion appears to be that items D, E, and F will all, be considered by the council.
As y'all recall, a meeting or two ago, when, we had an agenda item with a person's name in it, seemed like the council didn't like to do it that way, so we left the appointed names off. And again, in your council binders, on page 203, there's a memo in regards to this agenda item with the three people who are currently serving and are willing to be reappointed listed, along with the other names of the members of the commission. So that's where this style would be, you'd have to place a name in there.
Right.
For a motion in a second. So,
Right.
but again, with Councilmember Hennigan suggesting that it be tabled, and if motion in a second would be.
Do I have a motion?
Well, yeah.
That was my.
Oh, okay.
I'll second it.
Okay.
To table.
What,
Yes,
what's
to
the
table it.
I'm not being argumentative, just curious, will we post it to the public?
Well, we take applications all year round, we don't necessarily post, whenever terms come up or anything, but we receive applications all throughout the year for different boards and commissions.
Let me ask you something. Is it possible then in the near future where we can have some type of post and therefore we won't run into this situation again where people after the fact may find out that there are openings and that they didn't meet the deadline? If we don't publicly let them know, then we have a problem.
And do you want to post whenever we know there's going to be a vacancy because somebody left off that board or commission, or do you want to post because terms are coming due?
The terms are coming due, and it should have a time frame to turn it in. That they're up, and that here's the time frame to have the papers in to you guys so they can be put on the agenda so we will know and they will know. They can't come to the councilmen and discuss that they wanna be on here and the time frame has lapsed. That's fair.
Aren't the terms posted on the online?
No, they're saying it wasn't posted. It comes up, but if your seat is up,
But your term is posted so you can see whenever.
All right, so we have a motion, a motion, and we have a second to table it. So, do I vote?
And, yes, we will need to vote, but I guess then we'll have to go for some undetermined amount of time to post a vacancy. So just to let you know, the people who are currently on the board will continue to serve until the replacements are named or reappointed.
Yes. Okay.
Unless they're reappointed.
Right.
So, but we do need, then, so there's a second and a motion, and so we, I'm sorry, a motion and a second, so we do need a vote.
Okay.
but do y'all agree it needs to be posted?
Yes. All right, so I have a motion from Ms. Caroline.
Aye.
And, okay, so you said aye, Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs? Mr. Bailey? And I as well. Okay,
So we will need to do the other two the same way.
okay. Consider a motion appointing, reappointing, to the Historic Preservation Commission for a term ending September 23rd, 2024.
I'd like to make a motion to table this for the same reason.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Ms. Hennigan, second by Mr. Bailey. Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter? Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
Aye as well. F, consider a motion appointing / reappointing to the Historical Preservation Commission for a term ending September 23, 2024. We have a motion.
Motion to table.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Hennigan, second by Mr. Bailey. Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter? Mr. Childs?
Aye.
And Mr. Bailey? And I as well. Okay, thank you, Mr. Moss. 13, reports, city manager.
No report.
Okay. City council report, starting to my left. Ms. Hennigan?
No report.
Mrs. McKenna?
Oh, just looking forward to Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Orange Toberfest.
Yes. All right, Mrs. Salter?
I'm looking forward to it too. I just want to thank all our staff for the hard work that y'all always do. make this city continue to move in the right direction, so thank you all for that.
Mr. Childs? Mr. Bailey?
No report.
And I, no report as well. And so
Motion to adjourn.
we have a motion to adjourn.
Got it.
Mr. Bailey, second.
Motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye as well. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.